Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Julbo Density oversized cycling sunglasses. Julbo's Density sunglasses are a modern take on oversized performance sunglasses. These are a semi-frameless sunglass design that are meant to be lightweight yet stable enough for high-intensity activities like cycling or running. Packaging-wise, you can see very simple. You have a Julbo box, your standard warnings on here, and basic branding with the Julbo in the white with a black background. We'll go ahead and take this out of the box and go over the specs. Retail price on this is $169.95 all the way up to $249.95 depending on how you choose the lenses. The reactive ones are photochromic and those are $250, while the Spectron ones are the $170. These have an ultra modern design, so very smooth curves with a large silhouette. These are again semi-frameless, so you don't have a frame on the bottom, just the top. And you have their CustomFIT temples, which are designed to fit a wide variety of faces with this nice grip tech material. It's a non-slip material that won't get stuck in your hair. You also have a vented lens with an interchangeable design, so you can swap these out as needed. As far as what comes with it, obviously you get the sunglasses, a basic tag that indicates which one we have. You get this semi-hard case, so hard case on the front and rear, but the inner portion is fabric, so it actually collapses really well. So great for traveling. You have the reactive sticker here, a fabric carrying case with the Julbo branding on there, and then the lens information pamphlet. Now let's take a look at the weight of the Density sunglasses. They only come in this one size, and on our scale it comes in at only 18, which is very light considering you have such a large lens. Julbo markets the Density sunglasses with the tagline "Simply Bold," as the sunglasses are a modern take on oversized sunglasses. These have a semi-frameless design with a frame only attached to the top, and then a nose bridge that attaches the nose pad to the top of the frame. So the bottom of this is all open, so you can see you have a nice wide field of view with nothing blocking your vision. These are also very large lenses, so you can see they extend downward quite a bit, and you have a tall upper portion. What makes these modern is they've taken the classic oversized design but made a one-piece lens with a very thin frame and modern materials and optics. You have a little vent on the top of the lens, and then you can see very smooth curves here, so it reminds me a lot of the POC or the Oakley Sutro, as you have a sleek but modern look, and that's not overly aggressive. Even the frame itself you can see very thin with some sharp creases along the edge that blended between the frame and the temple. Julbo offers this in 10 different color and lens combinations. You can also purchase lenses separately. They have the matte finishes, they have translucent options, as well as the iridescent options. We actually have the blue-red option here, so you can see depending on how the light hits it, it goes between a blue and almost a purple. It's pretty subtle, but looks really cool, especially out in the sunlight. The red part of this is the red tip, and then the red nose pad. You have the black temple arms. So overall, pretty sleek design, and you can purchase lenses separately. This is the photochromic reactive lens, and you can see it has an orange mirroring finish. So especially out in the sunlight when it darkens up, you won't even see the nose bridge. You can see the temples have a standard straight arm design, so they extend straight out, but they're highly curved. So you can see from the top view, they really bend inward. And you can see very thin and malleable. They don't have the wire core, which would actually hold them in place. Instead, you can just push them around. So when you put them on, you can easily extend them out, and then they'll rebound back inward. They're lightweight too, so you don't really feel them. And they have their grip tech material. So this is a non-slip rubber material that won't get stuck in your hair, but will still hold its place as you're doing high-intensity activities. You also have the grip tech material on the nose pad. It's non-adjustable. This is malleable, so you can see it does flex a little bit, but you don't have different index positions. But you can see it's a very tall design, so it should match a wide variety of faces. And again, with that material, it's a non-slip design that should hold its place really well, even as you sweat. The lenses here are the Reactive Performance 1:3 light amplifier. And that's a really nice feature about Julbo. These are a 1:3 category, and they're really impressive. So it goes to 17 to 75% visible light transmission. So very versatile. You can use this in the foggy weather all the way into full sun, as it can automatically adjust. It doesn't require batteries, it's not temperature sensitive. So a really slick design that responds to the environment and means you don't need to buy multiple lenses, you can just use these. Julbo also offers these in more affordable Spectron lenses, which have the non-photochromic design, which are a little bit cheaper, as well as different reactive options. These lenses are also interchangeable, so if you pull up on the temples, you can see you just have a little notch there that goes into the frame. Then you pull it out of the frame. So you can see as we pull out, then we pull upward and off the nose bridge. So you can see really the sunglasses are pretty much all lens. And then you have the frame with that nose bridge. Putting it back on is really simple as well. You just want to align it with the grooves on there. So you slide it down into the nose and then pull the little tab back into the corners. And you just want to make sure you see the little groove on the top of the frame and make sure it's lined up. So once you have everything in place, you can see it's back aligned and you just have to wipe it for any fingerprints. Now let's take a look at the Density sunglasses on the road. As you can see here, we have it paired with our Oakley kit and the Lamar helmet. And you can see the Density is a very striking pair of sunglasses. You have a wide field of view, big lens with a semi-frameless design. There's no frame on the bottom. And you have that nice mirrored effect with the kind of color adjustments. So depending on how the light hits, it's red or orange. The reactive lenses also perform very well. You can see here they're very dark, but in darker conditions, they become nearly transparent. So you have a wide field of view, so you can use this in almost any type of condition. You don't need optional lenses. The frame is also very thin and lightweight, so you can see it really tucks behind your ear, and there are no pressure points. And if you have a more narrow or wider face, it easily adjusts. So overall, really impressed with it, and also the color contrast on here is very bright, so it really makes everything look a little bit more cheerful. The only negative with this is you can see it's quite flat, so the edges are open, and if the sun hits you at the right angle, you see some internal reflections. Otherwise, the lenses have great anti-fog coating, so they don't really fog up when you're doing a slow climb, and they look great in almost any condition with no distortion or any color shifting. Now let's compare the Julbo Density with other sunglasses on the market. We also have Julbo's other new pair, the Edge. So this is a almost edgeless design, so the lens goes completely over the full frame and gives it this really unique appearance. You can see they're both oversized, while the Edge has a different look, so a little bit more aggressive and sporty, while the Density has a more modern lifestyle design to it. They both have the reactive lenses, which is really cool, so they're photochromic and they adjust, and you can see that mirroring effect. Also really like the thin frames that you have on both of them that really hides everything. The cool thing about the Edge though is the magnetic lens attachment system, so you simply pull up and you have a hook and magnet, so you line it up and then push down, versus the pivoting design of the Density. It's a little bit simpler to use. There's also a lot of other options on the market. You have full frame designs like the TIfosi rail, so it's a shield design that's really highly curved. You can see it's almost cylindrical in shape. And this is quite a bit cheaper at under $100. TIfosi's always been a very good value. You don't get the photochromic lens, but you do get a really nice lens on here with a mirroring effect. If you're looking for a budget pair of sunglasses, the Magishine Windbreaker is a good option. Nice optics, aggressive, sporty look, and it's about $30, so really hard to beat. The ROKA Matador is a really cool one as well. You have this unique curved shape, so it's cylindrical as well, but the temple arms, instead of being flat, they come upward from the sweeping lens and then flatten out on the rear. They're nice and flexible, and you can see with a shield design, you don't really see the edges of sunglasses like you do with the flatter Julbos we have here. We also have the Oakley Encoder. So you can see the Oakley has similar curves, it's sort of smoothed out, but this one has their interesting contour design, so it actually contours around your nose. It's not quite as extreme as the Kato, which has a full beak. This one just has a little raised section with vents on top and full frameless construction, so you just have thin temple arms. Shimano also has the s-phyre sunglasses, so these have a magnetic lens system, so you push down, and they actually pop right off with these little magnets. Makes it really easy to swap lenses, and you can see this has a beautiful metallic finish that pops in the sun. But we do like the iridescent finish on the Julbo, which is something we haven't seen before. So definitely a lot of options out there. I recommend picking the one that you prefer in terms of styling and the lens technology. Now let's go over the pros and cons of the Density sunglasses. What we like about them is that they have a very modern design. The frame is very thin and you have a big oversized lens. It also has a lightweight, semi-frameless design, so you have a very wide field of view with no lens to block your vision. We're also impressed with the high contrast, reactive photochromic lenses. They adjust to the environment and they're quite bright, so even in dark settings, they really brighten up all the colors and make everything look a little bit better. The main negatives for these sunglasses is the fact that they're quite expensive, especially with those reactive lenses, and they don't have much curvature, so you do get side reflections if you have the sun to your side. Taking everything into account, we give the Density sunglasses a 9.1 out of 10. They're modern and lightweight, semi-frameless sunglasses. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.